Why, hello there. My name is Jonathan Wilkins, and I'm here to teach you New Testament Greek. Well, first we're going to go over what to expect from this course. What you're learning is not modern Greek. So if you're expecting to watch these videos and take a trip to Greece and understand everyone and what's going on and be able to order something from a restaurant menu, I'm afraid this is not the place to be looking. Greek has changed over the last 2,000 years, so what we're going to be learning here is totally different from modern Greek. Now, you modern Greeks watching and saying, wow, you can't pronounce anything to save your life. Well, that's because I'm using what's called the Erasmian pronunciation, because it's not modern and, well, we'll get into that later, but no, I know what I'm saying. Well, most of the time I know what I'm saying. I know how I'm pronouncing the letters and the words, and it's okay because we're not learning modern. What we are learning, however, is ancient Greek, more specifically, Koine Greek. Koine is just a Greek word that means common. This was the common language, the language people in the street wrote. Yeah, they wrote and they spoke it too. This was the language of the New Testament. The New Testament authors wrote in common or Koine Greek. For ease, we'll also call it New Testament Greek. Sometimes you'll hear it called Biblical Greek. Personally, I like the term Koine because that's what it is. There's also Classical Greek. Classical Greek was written by the philosophers and the smart people. It's what you would have used to write a research paper. But Koine is what you would have used to write, graffiti, we found that in Koine, a shopping list, or a letter to a friend, which was, most of the New Testament was indeed a letter to a friend. And so they wrote in very basic, simple, run-of-the-mill lingua franca, the language of the day. The vulgar is another way to put it. So vulgar just means common. It's the Latin term for Koine. And that's what we're going to be learning, the language of the Bible. Now, we aren't going to be learning it conversationally, primarily because all the speakers are, well, they're dead. It is a dead language. There are no active speakers of Koine other than academically. So we're going to learn it not as a language to learn and to be able to converse with people, although you will be to some extent. The idea is to learn it to study the Bible. That's my goal. It's not to teach you how to go order something from a Greek restaurant, although you might be able to. They might laugh at how you say the words all funny, but we'll get there later. But my goal is to give you a tool to help you understand the Bible better. How we're going to learn? Well, we're going to take our time. We're going to divide this into 3 units. We're going to have Unit 1, Unit 2, and Unit 3, because I am such a creative person. In Unit 1, 2, and 3, in Unit 1 we're going to learn the basics. And the rock-bottom basics, primarily it's going to be nouns. Nouns and noun-like things. We're going to sprinkle in a few verbs here and there, adjectives, articles, things like that. It's going to be really easy. It's going to be real easy in Unit 1. Unit 2, we're going to step up just a little. We're going to talk about verbs. Verbs of all types and shapes and sizes. This can be a little more challenging, but it's not going to be bad. And 3, that's where we're going to finish up with some of the miscellaneous, some of the different tenses, some more verbs, and a few more nouns. The 3 is probably going to be the more difficult unit, but once you get through 1 and 2, 3 is going to be a breeze. So I've broken it down into these 3 sections. Now, what you're going to need to take this course, well, first off, you're going to need these videos, but I'm assuming you already have at least this one because you're watching it. Well, you're also going to need probably a pen and some paper or pencil. I recommend pencil at first, so if you're like me, you make a ton of mistakes, you can erase them and no one knows if you made them because there's no record of it. Anyway, a pen and probably a notebook of some sort to keep all your notes and your exercises done. And you're going to need the textbook. Well, what textbook are we going to use? We're going to use an introduction to grammar of the let's see. I wrote the title, I forgot it. The Introduction to the Grammar of Koine Greek for English Barbarians. You'll find that in the description below, the link for it. And that is the book we're going to be using. It's the one I wrote, and The book, you can print it out, you can give it to your friends, you can print it out and give it to your friends, you can share it. Perhaps you want to take this course with a class of people, print out as many copies as you need. Feel free to do that. Just, I ask that you don't sell the book. And one more thing you're going to need is a desire to learn. So if you don't have the desire to learn, this is all going to be horrible and you aren't going to learn anything. But hopefully you'll have that desire, and hopefully I'll be able to give you the tools to learn New Testament Greek and to help you understand your Bible a little better.